Good morning. Welcome back to the Kokomo Home Show, and I'm Jason Hummerkaus, and this is my friend Meg Massey. Welcome.
Hi.
Meg is one of our vendors here at the home show. She's down here on the south side of the mall you can come in by the mural there. And so Meg, we got a lot to talk about here. So how long have you been in business?
A little over a year.
Okay, and where is your business located here in Kokomo?
It's on LaFountain Street,
Okay.
LaFountain and Rainbow.
Okay, so people, you can find Meg there or give her a call. We'll talk about all the ways to get a hold of you. So why did you go into this insurance business?
Honestly, somebody reached out to me. I wasn't really looking to do something else, but it just called to me, and I felt like it was kind of like a calling to be able to do more in my community because I was just working from home, not really interacting with anyone. And I do want to be able to make more of an impact in the community, so I feel like this is a good way to do it.
Yeah, that was the thing you said to me early on when we first met, is I want to make an impact.
Yeah.
And some of the things we're going to talk about today are you making that kind of, I'll say, splash of an impact, right? You want to do that. So if you want to work with somebody who wants to make an impact, if you're a person that likes to do that, then you're going to want to talk to Meg. So let's talk about some of the offerings that American Family provides. I see all kinds of stuff here.
Yes.
So
first
you go.
I'll talk about this. So we've done this before with Kokomo Urban Outreach, and we're doing it again this weekend. It's called Quotes for a Cause. So this weekend is specifically for children's life insurance. So with children's life insurance, you want to try to protect their future, set them up for a solid foundation. And that's the same thing that Kokomo Urban Outreach is really passionate about as well. So this weekend, if you get a children's life insurance quote, we will donate $10 for every quote to Kokomo Urban Outreach.
Wow.
So that's a great thing that we
That's
love
awesome.
to do for the community.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
awesome. Okay.
So if you come by our booth, we're probably going to hand you one of these as a reminder. So that's what that is for.
Nice.
At our booth, we also have these bags.
Wait. Is this a bag or
It is a bag.
Can I put it on as a shirt?
It's a
It looks
bag.
like it's got holes for my. No,
and
no,
it
it's not.
bunches up into the little pocket.
Ah!
So you can.
Here's the pocket.
It's a compact
Can I try
bag.
it?
Yeah.
This is really. We're talking about home show
Yeah.
takeaways. This is nice.
Yeah. That's one of my
So,
favorite things. That
If
I've
I'm
done.
out, well, if you're walking the dog,
Yeah.
can you put? No, that would be.
No, don't put the dog food in there. But it folds up
But
like
look at
a
this.
little, yeah.
Look at that.
So you can just
We're not
latch it
selling
onto
bags.
something.
We're selling insurance.
Right.
Trust me.
But it's a nice thing to have.
Everybody needs one of these. Look at that. Nice. And then you can clip it right here.
Yeah. So you're going to be walking around the home show. You can come grab a bag to put all your stuff in.
Yeah, I like it, Meg.
Yeah.
I think it works.
Another thing we have is I have these pamphlets for you guys. These are a personal home inventory. So, and it has this on here too, but one thing that I say a lot of times is walk around your house with your camera, do a video, do pictures, whatever. I usually just do a video. Open all your cabinets, just kind of sweep through the house. That way, if a tornado comes through or if you have a house fire, you're not caught off guard when you're already stressed trying to make a list of what things that you need to replace for your insurance.
I just had a dear friend have a house fire, and it was a big deal.
Yeah.
So that's a great idea.
Yeah, but if you want to write it down, here's a list to remind you what things to write down. But I do recommend just going through your house because there's going to be things you forget about.
Yeah.
Do a video. That's the easiest way to do it. I just updated ours recently before a big tornado came through. Yeah. I was like, time to go through the house.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So you need somebody like Meg who's helping you proactively think about these things, life insurance for kids, protecting your home, and understanding and doing the practical things to identify, okay, this is what we have. So then when it comes, God forbid, anything does happen, but it does, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Life is rough at times.
Yeah, and in that moment, you don't want to make it more stressful. So that's one quick, easy thing you can do to prepare in advance.
Okay, all right, good. That's exciting. So, and you get a bag, donate a little bit today, and I love she was proactively thinking about that. So then we have this guy here.
Yes.
Let's set this off here.
Okay, so we did a video on our page earlier this month about this month we are doing Mortgage Protection Awareness Month.
Okay.
And so what that means is you have homeowners insurance to protect your home if something happens to your home, but do you have insurance to protect your family to be able to stay in that home if something happens to you. So mortgage protection insurance is, most people have mortgages on their home. And so if something were to happen to you, would your family be able to afford it, to make that payment? They're going to have the added stress of not having your additional income anymore. And so this is something I wanted to represent. This is what I do for a lot of my customers. So this is a sample of how we can tailor life insurance to specifically cover the mortgage to where it tapers down over time because your mortgage balance goes down over time. So why pay for a $150,000 policy for 30 years when over time that mortgage is going to go down, so you'd be paying for more than what you need?
Sure.
So this tapers down and it saves you money on premiums.
That's incredible.
So
that's great.
That's the quick explanation of that.
Yeah.
And so this is Mortgage Protection Awareness Month. This weekend we're also focusing on the children's life insurance for Kokomo Urban Outreach. And with that, a lot of people don't think about children needing life insurance, and obviously we don't want to think about, the worst happening.
Right.
But more than that, think about protecting your child's insurability. So there's a lot of chronic conditions happening. There's a lot of things that could make it harder for them to get protection as an adult when they are ready for it. So keep that in mind. The younger you start, the better your pricing is going to be, and you also protect against being diagnosed with something that causes a hard time getting it later.
Yeah. So you're obviously here on the Fountain, but you're serving obviously very aggressively Howard County. Are you able to serve others in other locations or?
Yep, I'm licensed for the whole state of Indiana, so I can help anyone in Indiana.
Okay.
I'm actually licensed in Kentucky as well, and I have several customers in like the Westfield, Carmel area as well.
Okay. So able to go in the state of Indiana. So if you live in the state of Indiana, please reach out to Meg with American Family Insurance, and she'd love to help you with all of these things. And that's exciting. So one of the questions that I'm asking each of the vendors at different times is, how are you personally growing? What are the things that you're doing to help yourself personally grow? Reading a book, listening to podcasts, hanging around quality people. What are you doing?
Yeah, one of the major things I like to do is listen to books. I can never really sit still long enough. I'm still working on that. Trying to train myself to actually sit still long enough to read a book, but I like to listen to them. So I do a lot of things on Audible. If it's not on Audible, I have Speechify that I can upload it to, and it'll read it to me.
Oh, nice.
So I like to listen.
Yeah. Any specific book that's really hitting home right now?
Oh gosh.
Oh, going to the depths. You knew I was going to ask that. I'm reading and I'm listening to it, and man, I'm spacing on the name. Something about here. Let's get it up here. Main Street Millionaire.
Oh, nice.
So it's a good book. It helps you to just think about those kind of things. But I've got a list of different books. Broken Windows, Broken Business. Just talking about that was referred to me by Mr. Linton, who's with FC Tucker. But I got a marriage book in there, Richest Man in Babylon. So different books that I'm loving to, and I'm with you. I like to lead. I like to listen.
I like to listen. And one book that I actually have sat down and read, but it was pretty thin, easy book, was What Would the Rockefellers Do?
Oh yeah. I've heard of that one. I've not read it. Yeah.
I read that before I even got into insurance, and because it goes into how they set up things with their trusts and their insurance policies to protect their family money. So
let's wrap it up with here. Give us what is the advantage of working with you? What is your strong suit?
I would say really just the personal experience that you have with us. I would hate for somebody to just only have their only point of contact is an 800 number.
Sure.
With us, of course, we do have the 800 number if you need us, if we're not at the office, if it's after hours and you're not able to get a hold of us. But I actually have my office phone roll over to my cell phone, so I'll try and catch you if I can. Especially with emergencies, it means a lot to me to be able to be there for people in those times. So if I can come out, if you've got house fire, car ran into your house, this has really happened. tornado. If I can be there, I'm going to be there, just because I know those are very stressful times. People a lot of times are in shock when we get that phone call, and so I don't want to just say, here's the phone number, call this. I really want to be able to be there and walk you through it. And so I know that there's a lot of people that don't have that experience with their insurance agent, and so we're really more hands-on with that.
Well, if you want to work with somebody who has a big heart, reach out to Meg. Obviously, they're making a big splash in the community, and stop by her booth right down here on the south side and get an estimate, get signed up, get some of this extra stuff that can serve you well for different reasons. And so thanks for watching. Thanks, Meg, for being part of the show.
Thank you.